Hi, welcome to another video from Exit Strategy. Please like, subscribe, share the video, give it a thumbs up if you found it helpful, pass it on if you believe someone else would benefit from it. I do appreciate it. Thank you everyone, subscribers and viewers. Let's talk about how you are objectified when the narcissist comes upon you. This is how you're viewed and this is how you are dealt with in the interaction stage from the beginning to the very end. You are seen as an object. Hopefully, after this video, most of you, if not all of you, who are listening to this breakdown of how the narcissist saw you, you will not make any more excuses to exit. And you'll start to educate yourself about those narcissists that are going to draw for your energy going forward, because there's no way around this. You will forever have to contend, deal with them in life, and this is just the way it is. So they objectify you when they meet you. You're no more than, let's say, a vacuum cleaner to clean the house, to clean up their mess of their life. Let's look at it like that. You come in, you meet them, they are down on their luck, they're down bad. You help them in all different ways, financially, emotional. You get them, you probably put them through school, got them a job. You did all of these things, but at the end of the day, you didn't do anything for them. They'll project that back to you like they helped you. If it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be where you are today. And this is how it works with them, because they have you under the illusion that they're helping you along the way when you meet them. That it's a partnership. It's never a partnership. Even in business, it's not a partnership. A narcissist will drain the bank account and hit the hills and have you gasping, looking like crazy, like, what happened? They have no conscience. They have no morals. They have no respect for other people. They have no self-respect. And because they are running from what we know as the true self that develops and begins to take losses in life, begin to take constructive criticism, or even criticism in general. Nobody likes to be wrong. Nobody likes to be corrected. Nobody likes to be outdone, you know. But it's not a competition to most healthy people. You know, even in sports, you learn to lose with dignity. But a narcissist, not all the time, but I'm just saying, you know, for the most part, you don't go on an all-out assault, counter assault on a person because they said, you know, please keep the trash, you know, taken out to the curb on Fridays and Saturdays, because, you know, otherwise we got answers. And, you know, just different things like this offends them when you correct them, or not even correct them. In a relationship, sometimes we forget stuff, and just like the trash thing, you're reminding your partner, and most often we say, oh man, I forgot that, thank you for telling me about that, oh my bad, and life continues on. With the narcissist, they will give you a dry I'm sorry, or sorry. It's like sorry with scorn. Sorry. That's how they say it. And that, it doesn't end there, because they go on to ruminate about this in their head. Something as simple as not just the principle of taking the trash out, because you're not trying to one up them. You're trying to convey something that should be agreed upon across the board. Nobody wants ants or roaches in their house. They don't see that part. They see the part that you corrected them. So you are seen and viewed as a tool to be used, even in sex, romance, sex, intimacy. After sex, most people, or a lot of us, you know, we may talk and interact. We may even critique how good the romance was. You won't hear any of that from a narcissist. They'll jump right out of the bed and probably ask you for the credit card. And it'll be so smooth the way they get out of bed. Oh, I gotta go take care of some stuff. Oh, can I get the credit card? Or if it's a guy, it's like, oh, let me get the car. I gotta go get this. I gotta go do a lot of nothing. Let me see your car keys. And you're under this fog. You're love bombed. You're in the illusion. So you just give the keys off. You just give the credit card off. Not knowing or not even thinking, wow, because we had mutual sex, they feel compelled, they feel entitled that you have to refund them or give them a payout for what you and them both just shared. If they buy you something, or if you're looking at the fact, well, you know, the narcissists I was with, they bought me stuff, they did stuff for me, and I've mentioned this in many videos before. If you are away from the narcissist and out of that fog, and you're not giving them credit for all these things in a way that makes you feel better, and if you just critical think about it and go back and look at when and if they did ask you for something or did something for you, I guarantee you, you can connect it to something that you most often just did for them, a moment you and them just had intimately, you taking them out somewhere or different things like that. And this is what they do. They're doing this steadfastly. As fast as you're doing something for them, or they're doing something for you, you're doing 2 or 3 things for them. We're not even talking about an equal exchange. We're talking about a mutual exchange. This is what healthy people do. There's never a mutual exchange between you and the narcissist. And I'm not telling you to just go deep dive about some of the past, because maybe you don't want to go back and think about all this stuff, because it probably is depressing. You know, you lost a lot. You almost lost your sanity. But I'm just saying, introspect, and these things will come to you automatically. You will see in clear, stark detail that what you thought was a mutual exchange, even exchange, wasn't. They took more than they gave. In a healthy relationship, nobody's sitting there counting and doing the math. You know, it's not even a matter of you did 10 things for them and they did only 1 thing for you. Because of your love, devotion, and appreciation and self-respect and respect for them and the respect they have for you in a healthy relationship, these things matter little, because you don't perceive this person as using you. You see that they have a good spirit about themselves. They're not argumentative. They're able to be corrected. They're able to be encouraged, and vice versa. You're able to encourage one another. You're able to call each other out on stuff, and without being, condescending or being overly critical. It's not ego on the line. But you're a tool when you meet a narcissist. Everything is transactional, and so it's never the relationship that you think you have or you're having as you did in probably other aspects of life or even other relationships. A lot of your relationships probably with narcissistic personality disorder individuals as well. I know I've had to go back and run it back, and I've seen quite a few. Not all, but most of them. But it starts somewhere in our family unit. We're groomed, we're conditioned already. We're massaged to accept this type of abuse. But God saw better. He not only knew that we would be taken through this, He knew that we would come out of this better than we were before. And so you're objectified When they see you, uh, they do what you call take a snapshot of you. And this is what Mr. Vaknin said, Sam Vaknin, and it makes perfect sense. Uh, they take a snapshot of you, not a screenshot. It could be a screenshot too, whatever, mentally, visually. And this is how they idealize you in the entry stages of the relationship. This frame, picture, screenshot, snapshot of you is what they hold in their mental. Once you don't line up or look or resemble that, you're done. You're toast. This is when they go on to devalue you. And you're looking at them like, all I've done for you and sacrifices I made subconsciously. You're not throwing it up in their face, but you don't see how what they're saying lines up to who you really are and the things you really truly did. And this is what they're doing. They're gaslighting you. They're trying to devalue you in a way where it breaks you down and you have no recourse. You don't even have a combat to them. They have gassed you up so long in the relationship till this catches you off guard. And they're coming at you, they're rattling off of all these devaluing statements so fast, you can't recover because you're mind boggled. For the sake of a better word, you didn't see this coming. It's like spinning somebody around and then standing them like a little kid and standing them there in one spot and expecting them to grab a glass. You're thrown off balance. It takes a while, and that wow comes after you begin to separate and exclude yourself from them. And so that devaluing and discard phase helped you, because when they discard you and let's say they leave, that's your moment of clarity there. A lot of times we don't capitalize on it because we're ruminating about what we've lost. We still haven't gotten it through our thick head that this person was not what they appeared to be. And this is our moment to introspect and use that that isolation time to get our balance and get our footing. But a lot of times the narcissist will call back. They will reach back out, come back over to the house because they've slept with somebody else. They just use that discard for a momentary second or day or week. But if they leave for an extended period of time, the work that you should have been doing, we don't always do. And this is the reason why we go back to them. And most people said, these scholars or experts say 7 times average is how many times you go back or allow them back before you're finally done with them. It was, and I think it probably wasn't 7 times I took her back, but I believe if you look at it in a relationship, whereas you forgave them, we can count that as 5, 6, 7 times too. We've overlooked and dismissed and forgiven them several times in that relationship. So I believe that holds true. Whether they left your presence or you got in an argument, they left the house and left for the whole day, I consider that taking them back too. Because they'll leave and say, I'm going to my mom's, I can't deal with you. You always, you're an angry person. They gaslight you, you get angry, they leave calm. They objectify you. They use you like a car. They don't fill you up. They'll drive you in the ground. They won't rotate your tires. They won't change your oil. They won't do anything to maintenance you. You're always maintaining them. They're using you, but not doing any upkeep on you. This is why you start falling apart, and they blame you for falling apart. And you're saying to yourself, man, I need to do better. You need need to change your own oil. They're using your car, but you gotta change the oil and keep the maintenance up. You gotta put gas in your car that you're rarely using, and that's physical stuff. But they tear you down. They extract your resources from you, and yet you're still supposed to be able to make ends meet. This is a sad situation, guys, and it's getting worse, as it should. But that's something good to remember here. As bad as it is getting, they're getting worse. And that's the reason why it's getting bad, because they're desperate. The World Wide Web, this information is out. The secret's out. And when they come upon a new supply, they don't even know whether that person is armed with the insight, knowledge, or whatever. Let's say they meet an average Joe. They may not wholeheartedly know what a narcissist is by just observing them, but most, if not everybody, well, I won't say everybody, because before I Googled it, I had never heard the word, to my recollection. But I just believe this word's being thrown around so much now, you'd have to be living on a rock not to have heard it. And so the advantage to that potential supply now is to be able to have a lot more insight of this person's behavior, not just passing it off as them being toxic. You're able to see that they're disordered, they are basically going nowhere fast, and they're tearing people down right and left. And this is a great indication when you meet one. They have little to no respect or appreciation for their family members. But nonetheless, they'll bring you to their family, because a lot of times this is all a big clique. It's a big clique. And that family knows about the narcissist. They know the narcissist has gone through relationships like, paper cups, napkins. And they make snide comments. Hey, you got another one. They'll say this, and you won't even be none the wiser. You look like, what that mean? In your mind, what that mean? But before you can process that, they'll be, oh, come on in, eat with us. And so now you've abandoned that thought. And this is how they work. They bring you over to their family so you won't have that time to actually focus on them as an individual and start observing some of the asinine behaviors that they have. Because you're so busy being entertained by their spooky family. You don't know it yet, but most often the whole family is disturbed. You may have a quiet one over there. That might be the black sheep. They know that the family is jacked up. But because they've been so ostracized and gaslit and devalued and torn down, they would rather just stay out of the whole thing. And that's your savior right there. And a lot of times you get them somewhere, and if they have a liking to you and they see your energy is good, they may throw you a crumb or two of or a nugget or two of information and be like, I wouldn't mess with her, man. She used people. And they'll come right out and say that too, or he ain't no good. He don't, him and his baby mama don't get along, because he don't want to take care of his kids. They'll say this to you. But a lot of times we dismiss it because we just think because that family member is so quiet, they may just have beef with that family member. And it's none of that at all. They're just being a realist. They're just being a realist. But again, that new thing you're involved with, that narcissist, you really don't connect it right there, because you just feel like I'm gonna be neutral. I'm not gonna take anything to heart. But they're telling you the truth. So you're objectified when you meet the narcissist. That being said, BLEZZ.